Hi, hello if you're here for the first time, and welcome back if you've been here before. Today I want to talk about Ribbit, who she is, what we know so far, what episode 9 might show us regarding her relationship to Jax. But first, I wanted to circle back to the lamppost theory really quick because you guys are so smart and some of the comments have made me want to poke further. Super quick recap if you didn't watch my lamppost theory video. Goose made an ominous tweet bringing attention to the giant lamppost that is oddly front and center in the movie poster for the final act. We connected said lamppost to the Reddit lamp story from 11 years ago, as well as the lamppost from the Chronicles of Narnia, making us question if the digital circus is Jax's lamp story, that, none of this is real, Jax is living a parallel life, he knows more about the circus than he's letting on, blah blah blah. Now, I went back and I rewatched all 8 episodes on 2x speed, which is absolutely crazy, I know, and I found 3 more instances of the lamppost being referenced within the series. Now, some of you already pointed this out to me in my comment section, so shout out to the people who are much smarter than I am who brought this to my attention, but I did find a 3rd possible lamppost that no one has talked about, but I'll get to that in just a moment. The lamppost is first seen during the pilot episode, not long after Pomni arrives, and this lamppost seems to be the exact same one from the movie poster. It shows up when Cain introduces Pomni's first adventure of Gather the Gloinks, and it disappears from its location immediately after. I checked this spot in the circus in the other episodes, and in each episode the lamppost is not there. Granted, the Gloinks knocked down the lamppost and carried it away, but still, that area of the circus is clearly there, but the lamppost is not, which is strange. There's even a nice zoom in on the exact spot the lamppost should be during episode 5 when we get introduced to fake Abel, and it's missing during that scene as well. Now, the other time the lamppost is seen in the pilot episode is in Kaufmo's room in one of the paintings that he did. And I could be absolutely losing my mind, but there's a chance that that is a lamppost, right? I tried brightening the image best I could, and to me it looks like Kaufmo standing under a lamppost looking at someone who has abstracted. Now, the only other episode that a lamppost such as the one seen on the poster shows up in is episode 4, when Gangle is having her anime moment just prior to getting hit by the truck. At first, I thought this was a stylized choice, like having Gangle illuminated under the glow of the street lamp, but now I'm thinking that this is further evidence that the lamppost represents the veil between the digital world and the real world. Think about it this way. Pomni arrives and the circus glitches. Perhaps this is because the digital framework got overloaded, uploading her into the circus. But what are the odds that there's a lamppost right there, in the moment she arrives and is never seen in the circus again? Same can be said with Gangle. She has this aha moment, throws the mask off, and all of this under the lamppost, just before getting hit by the truck. It's almost as though the lamppost appears when real life starts to seep back into the character's consciousness, just like the guy from the lamp story. But to play devil's advocate, there is another interesting take on the lamppost discussion that a few of you brought up, and I want to draw attention to it. And that is the idea of lampposting and the connection between the lamppost and the beginner's guide. I haven't played it before, but The Beginner's Guide is a narrative video game from the same creators as the Stanley Parable, which is already somewhat connected to the series, considering that the back area of C&A that Pomni goes walking around in looks very much like the Stanley Parable. Anyway, according to the Beginner's Guide wiki, fans of the game have proposed the term lampposting as a verb that indicates that a person is adding their own meaning to other people's works. So essentially, Gooseworx might just be trolling us, which is very highly unlikely, but still interesting nonetheless. I still find this completely fascinating, so any and all theories regarding a lamppost are welcome in the comments below. Shifting gears, it's time we talk about Ribbit. First thing worth establishing is the timeline of our favorite 6 characters and when they arrived in the circus, because I think this is helpful in establishing what the circus was like pre-Pomni. What we know for certain is that Kinger was part of the original group who entered the circus on October 15th, 1999. We also know for a fact that Ragatha came next, and that was in October 15th, 2008. And we know that Pomni was the very last member to arrive, and according to Goose, the show takes place in 2017. So let's just say October 15th, 2017. Now, going off of what Jax said,
you know, things were just fine here until you and Zooble came along.
I'm assuming Zooble showed up before Pomni. We just don't know when. And considering Jax said this to Gangle...
Come on, Sadie. You're coming with me.
I'm actually gonna be on a team with Zooble.
What? No, you're not. We've been together for every team adventure in the past.
I'm assuming that Jax and Gangle arrived close to the same time. Jax also references Breaking Bad, which, even though it premiered in 2008, it didn't become popular until 2011, 2012. So I'm placing Jax in the timeline on October 15th, 2012. It's probably not the most accurate, but at least it's a starting point. Then we have Ribbit and Kaufmo, somewhere amongst all of this. I just don't know if they showed up before or after Jax arrived. I kind of love the idea of Kinger, Jax, and Ragatha being just the three of them for a while, even though I know that's probably not the case, but I feel like it'd be a very wholesome moment. Here's what we know about Ribbit. We know she's female, and at the very least, at one point, she was best friends with Jax, though I kind of think they were more. And we also know that Ribbit abstracted before Pomni showed up, and at one point, Jax, Ribbit, and Kaufmo were tight. I'd say that those are the main hard facts that we have about Ribbit, and so the next things that I'm going to talk about are kind of implied, but kind of my take on things. To me, it seems like Ragatha somewhat blames Jax for Ribbit's abstraction based on her comments regarding Jax and Pomni's friendship.
I know exactly what you're doing with Pomni, and it'll never work!
Huh?
You know, getting close with Pomni to corrupt her. Wait.
Jax also seems to think that everyone blames him for Kaufmo's abstraction. In my opinion, Jax blames himself and beats himself up about Ribbit's abstraction in the exact same way that Ragatha beats herself up for not saving Jax. The two of them are essentially two sides of the same coin, just on opposite ends of the coping scale. If Jax had a hand in Ribbit's abstracting, I don't think it was done intentionally. To make this point, I want to show a couple of clips. Jax tends to hear what people are saying about him or to him and immediately puts up his defenses and jumps to assumptions. He does this with Ragatha during the stargazing scene. Pomni asks Jax if he has any real friends. Ragatha is referring to herself when she says not anymore. I do think at one point they were close, but Jax hears the not anymore and automatically assumes that Ragatha is referring to Ribbit.
Do you have any actual friends?
Not anymore. Oh, wait, no. I'm sorry. I wasn't talking about that. That wasn't meant to be,
This happens in another scene between Jax and Pomni. In this scene, Pomni is asking Jax, have you ever thought that this might be why people abstract? And Jax takes her words and assumes that she, along with the rest of the cast, blames him for Kaufmo's abstraction.
Ever thought that this might be what causes people to abstract in the first place?
Oh my god! Are you seriously gonna blame me for something that everybody else did too? You didn't even know him! You don't even know what people are like!
The reason I bring all of this up is because Jax is so defensive, I can see him jumping to assumptions and putting up that defensiveness over something Ribbit says, leading to a fight between the two of them that perhaps pushes Ribbit too far, even causing her to abstract. I also have a feeling that Jax and Kaufmo fell out after Ribbit abstracted. From the picture, it seems like the three of them were close, but the way Jax regards Kaufmo in episode 1 when he's abstracting, and again in episode 6 when he's left alone in that bedroom corridor, they either fell out of friendship after Ribbit abstracted, or maybe Jax even blames Kaufmo. Because the look on Jax's face when he looks at Kaufmo's door is one of contempt, which is entirely different than the dazed, disassociated look he gets after looking at Ribbit's door. So did Kaufmo cause Ribbit's abstraction? Now, our very first look at Ribbit during the teaser for episode 9 shows Ribbit and Jax stargazing, not unlike the stargazing adventure during episode 5. Now, when episode 5 first premiered, many assumed that the stargazing adventure was suggested by Kinger. But now that we've gotten this look at Ribbit, people are saying that Jax is the one who suggested the stargazing adventure. It does make sense, but I don't actually agree. I think the stargazing adventure was suggested by Ribbit, and she put it in the suggestion box prior to abstracting. It also explains why Jax was willing to open up to Pomni during this time. Pomni is Jax's replacement for Ribbit. Even her position mirrors Ribbit's position. And I think the stargazing adventure brought him back to that time where he actually felt comfortable. The thing that I find interesting about this short snippet we see of Ribbit is, one, it's from Jax's perspective, and two, I don't actually think they're outside. I could be totally wrong, but the stars to me look like a projector, almost one a child would have in their room that projects stars and lights onto the ceiling. And we have seen that Jax's room has stars on the ceiling. Now, this is where my theory branches into two different options, and I'm not sure which one is more plausible, so sound off in the comments below. My first thought is that Jax took Ribbit's room after she abstracted. Perhaps physically, like he actually moved into her room, and that's why everything is girly and pink and doesn't necessarily match up to the persona that Jax presents to everyone. Or two, Jax incorporated aspects of Ribbit into his room, such as the stars on the ceiling, and maybe he just likes pink. Who knows? But there is a connection between Ribbit, Jax, and the stars, and we see that reflected in his room regardless. Wrapping up this video, one thought I wanted to end things on is the connection between Jax, Pomni, Ribbit, and the symbolism of frogs in Japanese culture. I know this might seem like it's coming out of nowhere, but I promise it's not. There's a lot of anime references in the Amazing Digital Circus. One of the examples is the truck and Gangle, which is a whole video in itself. But my point is, I wouldn't put it past Gooseworx and Glitch not to look into these references. In Japan, frogs symbolize good fortune and safe travels. In Japanese, the word for frog is keru, which sounds similar to the Japanese word for to return. It's why some people carry frog tokens when they travel, because it symbolizes a safe return home. There are a lot of connections between Pomni and frogs. Part of this is because Pomni's original character design was a frog, not a jester, according to Gooseworx. And I find that really interesting because character design-wise, there's already similarities between Pomni and Ribbit, with like their cute little blush circles for one, not to mention their connection to Jax. Another odd thing to note is that Pomni, that name literally translates to remember or don't forget in Russian. So we have frog meaning to return and Pomni meaning don't forget. And the fact that Pomni's design was originally a frog, you add this to Jax being the main character and the one who episode 9 is about, and I swear there is something there. Maybe remembering their past life, returning to life before the circus, remembering something he once forgot that got stirred up when Kinger mentioned Scratch. I feel like there's something significant there, I just can't quite place it. Let me know your thoughts below. I read every one of your comments. Subscribe, like, do all the things. Thank you so much for almost 250 subscribers and for sticking to the end of this video. You're amazing. You're awesome. Okay, bye.